Hello everyone, we're up to Fighting Cancer as a Jew number 4. Okay, so here we are today. I'm going to discuss a little bit the Optune part of fighting cancer, glioblastoma. Most, I shouldn't say most, but a lot of people don't have that protocol, but for glioblastoma it's pretty standard. So the question is how to deal with the Optune device. So basically it's glued, this four section glued and changed every 3 days, and those electrodes that it's TTF, tumor treating fields. Those electrodes are attached to a battery, and so what they tell you is to keep it 18 hours a day, which really is not totally correct, in the sense that it's really 3 days at a time, which make things hard. From everything that I've done, the surgery, the radiation, and the chemo infusions, I find it to be the most painless, so to speak, but the most difficult to deal with, because I feel I'm attached to something 24/7. So you when you move, you carry it on you. It's not so light, and you have to change the battery every 3 hours. I thought it was going to be much easier, the Optune, it's called Optune, the Optune treatment, because I thought it's something you just put for 18 hours a day. That's what they want, and then you remove. But it's, first of all, it's very uncomfortable to have it on and off, and it's also the easy part is you can sleep with it, in the sense that it covers all the hours of the night in one shot. But this warms up, so your head is always hot. So the different side effects that people have, for me, it makes me very tired. I guess the when the head is hot makes you tired, and emotionally, it can bring you depression, stuff like that. But it definitely affects my mood. And in the summer, it's much harder, I think, than if you're in the winter or spring or fall, because as soon as I go outside, I can't really sweat. If it's sweat, it's terrible, because it itches a lot the whole day, so it's easier to do it not to start during the summer. Obviously you get used to it, but you have to go everywhere with it. You can technically unplug from it, but you still have a long wire, and that's attached to, there's a clip that you attach to your belt. So this, it has, I feel, like a robot attached to a computer at the time, and it's hard. So I don't move. I'm used to be energetic and to move a lot. That makes me go to the car. I mean, I drive. Since my surgery, I've been driving a lot, but still, you have to get used to it. So the hardest, I would say, is probably at night, because you can only sleep in certain position, and it itches throughout the day. And then if shower, you have to put this with you, and then you detach, but roll it on your head, and then have a cap to take a shower. So that's also not so convenient. You can take a really full shower without your head after 3 days. or when you remove it. Technically, you can remove it all whenever you want, but it's not so easy to just, you know, if you have someone who knows how to do it for you and put it for you, then it's much easier. But it's hard. So sometimes you go through rough time emotionally. For me as a Jew, what has helped me the most is to feel productive. So a good friend of mine suggested something, and for me that's what has helped me the most, is that every day I try to do something that I feel is worth living. Every day I'm trying to inspire someone, to help someone, and to be there for someone. It can be your own family, it can be friends, students, your parents, kivud AVM, and do something good every day that makes you feel worth living, that, you know, today I did one good thing, it was worth coming back and going through the struggle again. I felt that grounding was helpful also. You know, you walk barefoot on the ground, and there's so many videos about it everywhere. It gives you energy. Going outside, definitely helpful. So sometimes you can disconnect a little bit from the battery, at least for, you know, for a day or two if you need more, but never goes more than usually 2-3 days. But what you need, the goal is not that you should feel stuck, because that's really not good. So you go into nature. I felt that it was one of the most helpful thing. Going to the mountain, going to the ocean, going to into nature, into the forest, and have a little hike. Can't do too much of a hard hike because you start sweating, but easy hike. See the beauty of God's creation that gives you the strength and more energy. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share about the Optune. And overall, the thing that I believe is the most important for a Jew to do is to pray every day. Sometimes it's not easy to pray standing or whatever, but even if you need to, you can pray sitting. There are days you just want to just stay in bed, but you push yourself to pray a little bit. Prayer has that remarkable gift that it gives you energy. You connect to God, and you tell Him, really, you have to speak to God like you speak to your doctor. I'm in pain, it's hard, I don't understand. Remember, Ani Hashem Rofecha. Hashem is your healer. Also, one of the things that people that I'm doing, the experiment trial, the Keytruda. So, Baruch Hashem, I didn't get negative side effects from it, and every 3 weeks an infusion. Some have the placebo, some not. But it's part of the Ishtadlut. It's important, especially for your family member, that they feel you're doing something, you know, because if you just say, oh, I'm just relying on God, I'm not going to do anything. But the truth is, it can show a lack of Ishtadlut, even though it's true, Hashem can do absolutely everything, and technically you don't need any of that. To feel that you're doing your part, you're doing the minimum requirement of taking care of your body. Rabbi Yaakov Weinberg always said that prayer is the first step. Prayer is the first step, but action that continue your prayer. Because when you do an action that continues your prayer, you're showing that you truly believe in your prayer. So that's the Ishtadlut. and seeing your spouse or your children or parents, they see you doing something as part of the Stadut, it calms them down, because he's doing something, so he's actively fighting the sickness, he's actively doing something as opposed to just waiting. So the Optune is supposed to, it can be years, hopefully not for me. They say usually about a year or two to start with. And like I said, it sends electromagnetic field to try to destroy the bad cells. And you don't feel anything in your head. You don't feel anything. Just it's hot. That's all, and itches. But in terms of something electric, you don't feel it happening. So people are curious, but if you go to the synagogue to pray, so people get curious, say, what is that? And sometimes people who pray for you, it's good for them to see, because they see the prayer going into a vessel, that is struggling, so it can help others have more kavanah and see how much you're actually struggling, and inspire them to pray. Because at the end, for me, the way I look at it is all the people who pray for you, friends, family, rabbi, that's what I feel that saved me, kept me safe. Because there's so many holy people who pray for me, I feel stronger, thanks to them. So it's good to tell people who pray, who know how to pray. One advice that I will give, like that's the way my rabbis approach to prayer, to tefillah, is you should ask people to pray for you, but out of joy. And one of the reasons is like you love the person, you're happy to pray for them, but more than that is you're celebrating in a way already the refuah happening. You're confident that Hashem is going to heal that person, and therefore you're already celebrating all the miracles to happen. Some miracles might have happened, we don't know. I had the surgery, I don't know if I deserve to live, but maybe some of those prayers saved me, and it was a miracle. So I think it's important to choose the right people to pray. I'm not a big fan of mass texting everyone. I mean, sometimes it can be a small group forming for you. I think that's beautiful, but you want to make sure that you don't become just another person on the list. It's not spiritually healthy, in my opinion. So okay, I hope I'll show you this device, electric device, the battery, and that's how it works. There's a strap you can put like that's like a handbag, but it's pretty heavy. Yeah, so people, sometimes curious. It depends. I don't care if people know I have cancer or not. So for me, I like to talk about myself, a bit my ego. I like to talk to people. I'm very I like people. That's why I'm a therapist and rabbi. But it sometimes I guess the conversation and it can be fun. I get a lot of compliments. I have a beautiful kippah. That's a challenge. I cannot put a kippah or anything. So that's my new kippah for now, because it's too hot. It's too hot in start itching. If I keep on top of it, it's so. But my head is covered 24/7, and you have to shave all your hair. That's, I guess, when I see in the movie that they're shaving all the head. I didn't lose my hair. I was almost bald anyway, so I got lucky. But you have to shave all the small hair that you have left. Each time you change this, you have to shave again and again. So that's a bit annoying, but it is what it is. Yeah. All right. Hope that it was good information for you, and feel free to ask any question if you have. Wish you all the best, and may God be with you and heal you.